Hey guys, Jesse here, and welcome back to my Star Wars Rebels reaction series. Today we're moving on to Season 3, Episode 19. So, on the last episode we had Mon Mothma and the start of the proper Rebel Alliance. It was a fun episode. Most of it was, in fact, an escort mission, trying to get Mon Mothma across the galaxy to a very specific part of space where she could give a grand speech and meet all the rebels who actually want to join together to try to defeat the Empire. There's also a bunch of space dogfights in the episode, one of which ended with Ezra blowing up part of a sun. Altogether, very interesting episode. I am interested though, because we only have 4 episodes left of this season, so a lot kind of has to happen. And I think we're going to start seeing the beginning of the end of the season, either in this episode or the next, because we still have to deal with both Thrawn and Maul. Maul, who we have not seen in a hot second. But with that, I don't have much more preamble, so let's go ahead and jump into the episode.
Let's cut the chatter. We've got a job to do.
Copy that, Phoenix Leader.
Despite what you two think, I'm confident we have our best team on the job.
This is suspicious.
When does our best team include AP5, Chopper, and Wedge?
I love this trio.
I don't get it, AP5.
Oh,
Why
poor
are you so
Wedge.
surprised Hera picked me for this mission?
Your grasp of protocol is sorely lacking. Lieutenant Antilles, you are mistaking my attention to detail for an attack on your obviously fragile ego.
Oh, poor
For
Wedge.
this mission to go precisely as planned, we need to acquire the Imperial codes for our attack on Lothal.
Yeah, I was at the briefing too.
Wait, we're attacking Lothal? What? When did that happen?
Captain Syndulla was specific about this being my operation due to my skill set and experience.
Can you two argue somewhere else?
Captain Syndulla lied to your face.
My programming is superior to yours. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Now I know why I got
Yes,
this
it
mission.
is.
Nobody else
Yes,
wanted it.
it is.
Hopefully Wedge doesn't blow his brains out from annoyance before this mission's done. Just time to pilot myself directly into a cliff face.
Halt. Proceed through the scanner one at a time. I'm aware of the protocol. Now you.
Why is Chopper? Why do I feel like, yeah?
Follow my lead.
Huh.
No, that's not what you're doing.
And then they not notice that? Are they bad at their jobs? I mean, they're stormtroopers, so they're probably bad at their jobs. Oh, these guys. Wait, no.
Controller, an unauthorized droid
Yes,
has just entered the
these
ISB
guys.
base on Killen 71.
This could be the spy droid we have been searching for.
You know that I do more than make calculations. The only thing you do is make others miserable. Alright, that is it. I will retrieve.
God, it's like C-3PO and R2-D2, but there's actually no love between them. They're just an old, jaded married couple that just stays together because it's easier.
Quite a unique model. Out of date. I believe the C-1 astromech is the droid infiltrator Grand Admiral Thrawn referenced in his memo about the rebels of Phoenix Squadron.
I will alert the station at once.
No, we'll inform the ISB after I have what I need from that spy.
What does Robo Incel need with Chopper?
Downloading clearance codes for Lothal. Download complete. I could have done this mission by myself.
Controller, the rebel droid is attempting to access the network.
Perfect. This means I can now extract the location of the rebel base from its memory.
Oh,
Capture it.
That's very bad.
Admiral Thrawn will be so pleased.
Sir, there are no base.
Initiating takeover.
No, not Chop.
This droid's resistance to reprogramming is admirable.
It's gonna be evil Chop. I mean, eviler.
Takeover complete.
Well, what do we have have here, just as I suspected. All talk, no action. So now you're ignoring me? Now that I have clearly proven why I am leader?
Come on, notice it. Chopper would never shut up. That's clearly not him.
I have successfully retrieved the codes. We must leave at once.
Wait, where's Chopper?
Well, it is about time.
That's so suspicious.
Did he just apologize?
I mean, something's clearly wrong. He hasn't said a single cuss word this entire time. He hasn't called me an idiot. He hasn't tried to murder anyone in the last 5 minutes.
I only speak. Technically, one droid did all the work. That would be me, AP5.
Okay, then well done, all of you. So, Wedge, how long until you reach our rendezvous point?
We'll be there within the hour.
See you soon.
How do you even tell hours in space?
Thanks for the drink, Chop.
That,
Where was this attitude earlier?
That is an excellent question.
even if Chopper wasn't mind controlled, I would still be super suspicious about that. Like, what did you put in it? Am I gonna shit myself? Am I gonna die?
You just called me sir. Oh, now I see what you're up to, C-110P. You want me to relax so you can take possession of the data disk. This has become much more than a game, Lieutenant. I suspect Chopper may have been compromised on Killen Station.
You are paranoid. Get your sensors checked. There's nothing wrong with
Wedge!
your little friend. Thanks, buddy. Do me a favor. Take the controls.
He clearly knows Chopper better than you. Love you, Wedge. But is this the droid version of the thing?
Very clever.
Oh,
Now we can talk privately, Lieutenant.
Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, stop. I don't have time for conspiracy theories right now. I really have to use the refresher.
also, Wedge, were you going to the bathroom with gloves on? That both seems uncomfortable and unsanitary.
Here are the codes, Captain. I saved them from C-110.
Okay. They have to notice.
AP5 and Chopper were playing some spy game the whole trip.
I have grave concerns about Chopper.
By the way, where is he?
Please, you must listen to me.
Chop, where are you? Chopper?
Come on. Mama Syndulla definitely knows her droid.
What are you doing in the hyperspace logs? Updating your database? You're not making any sense, Chop. No, if you remember, I always wipe your data after every jump, as a security precaution. I think you need a power recharge. I think there's something wrong with Chop.
As I have pointed out repeatedly,
Now that you mention it, Hera, Chop's been curiously nice to me.
Wedge.
That's
Now?
yes, precisely. The ship just dropped out of hyperspace.
Chopper, where are you? Why did the ship drop out of hyperspace? He's in the engine rooms.
Is it wise for all of us to go?
What, you afraid of Chopper now?
What? No.
Yes, you
No.
definitely should be. Little mass murderer. You're gonna drop! There's literally a giant hole!
It's locked. Open this door at once, you traitorous grease bucket.
Chopper, what are you doing?
There's a hole there!
Controller, the stolen data has been recovered.
very good. Now, install the data spike into their navicomputer. The spike has begun decoding the coordinates on their navicomputer. All we need now is a little time and no interference.
I love the use of data spikes. Fucking hated data spikes in KOTOR. Never had enough.
We have no need of prisoners. Open the cargo bay doors.
There has to be a safety
we're not.
precaution. There has to be. This is an OSHA violation. There's no ocean in space. This feels way too difficult. There has to be an in case of emergency. You gotta install that, hun.
I was afraid of this.
What now?
Someone has compromised Chopper and they're trying to download the location of our base.
If we don't get out of here, it's bye-bye Phoenix Squadron.
There's an access port on the hull. Outside.
Yeah, we don't have spacesuits.
AP-5 doesn't need one.
Well, it is true that my chassis could sustain itself far longer than any life form. Not that I'm volunteering.
Yes, you are.
Are we gonna have droid fight? Oh god. Oh god. Chopper's dual wielding.
Circuit.
Oh fuck. That is. I'm kind of upset that Chopper's mind controlled the first time he gets to dual wield blasters. He would have loved that.
Transfer at 50%.
Success. Search the archive memory for the location of their base.
Oh god, that's actually.
Aha.
Why does this droid off have like actual stakes?
Let's go.
And I would be like, oh, it'll be fine, but except there's 3 episodes left after this, so there's a high probability that they actually get the location of the base this episode.
Oh, no, you don't.
Zeb has looked forward to that
Long time.
so long.
Looks like they nearly got what they wanted.
Yeah? Well, maybe we should give it to them. They want to mess with my droid, they're gonna pay for it. Zeb, get him up. So I'm going to reverse the feed on them and send back a bit more power than they expect.
Mama's pissed.
Hey, you! Imperial Slimo! Keep your hands off my droid.
Our circuits are overloading.
The fuel cells have been compromised.
Cut it off. Cut it off.
Say goodbye to your memory core.
Are they attached to their memory core? Oh my god.
Come back to me, buddy.
That was kind of horrifying.
He's back!
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm glad you're okay, Chop.
That was a close one. Hey, let's not forget AP5. Way to go! Wait, where is he?
I should be frightened, but I'm strangely calm. The silence, solitude. Ah, this is beautiful.
That was
I'm in a
really funny to
world all my own.
kind of sad.
I do not feel alone. It's easy to see I fit perfectly in this wonderful, beautiful city. No, go away. I was so happy.
Nice save, AP.
Yeah, we all owe
You tried to scrap me. If you are apologizing, I fear you must still be compromised. Ah! Oh, sorry for being nice.
I'm done with droids. From now on, I fly solo. Come here, trash can.
Why is that so
Like I
funny?
said, don't mess with my droid.
Oh, fucking hell. So that was my reaction to season 3, episode 19 of Star Wars Rebels, Double Agent Droid. Jesus Christ. Definitely not what I expected from this episode, like at all. With last episode being this big climactic beginning of the rebellion, huge speech by Mon Mothma, and this was a buddy cop comedy between Chopper and AP5. which included a surprise musical number. Sorry, there's something about that last bit of that episode that was like super hilarious. Just the comedic timing and like the angle of him being jettisoned into space and also picked back up. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot to talk about in this episode. It was primarily comedic in nature. It does go to show that the Ghost Crew do in fact care about Chopper, and so does AP5, enough that he knows Chopper's general personality and when something's wrong. There's really no droid quite like Chopper. It would have sucked though if this is how Thrawn got the location of the Rebel base, of all things. It wasn't his meticulous planning, it wasn't slowly narrowing down where it can and cannot be. It's just some shitty little droid. AP5 and Chopper really do feel similar to C-3PO and R2-D2. It's the, here's a tiny little Chaos Gremlin astromech, and here's the very logical, posh, protocol-based tall droid, and they bicker a lot and say they don't like each other, but they do care. I think the main difference is this pairing is like turned up to 1,000 and much more murdery. I think they're just less lovable, but kind of on purpose. I do enjoy Chopper. I think Chopper has a lot more personality baked in than R2-D2 has in like the original trilogy. I think you have to project a lot onto R2-D2. I do prefer R2-D2, but that's just because I heard the difference being described as R2-D2 is a dog while Chopper is an asshole cat. And yeah, I see that. So, and that asshole cat is sometimes more fun to watch, but if I were to have one be my co-pilot, I'd rather have the one that isn't cussing me out the entire fucking time. Also, Steven Stanton is great as AP5, but you can't really beat Anthony Daniels. I know that some people really hate C-3PO, and I do not trust or understand those people. Also, it's good to know that the show did not forget about Wedge Antilles. I'm happy that he is back. I want to see more of Wedge. I love Wedge. Wedge is great, and I was hoping he would become kind of a side character when they first... I don't know if rescue is the right word. It makes it sound like he's a dog that they saved from the pound, but I think that's actually probably slightly accurate to most of the Imperials. I still don't know if I think Wedge even looks like Wedge, though. I think this show does a decent enough job at making characters from the movies recognizable in cartoon form. Wedge, not so much. And I know that's supposed to be like a younger version of Wedge, but we're not that far off from the original trilogy at this point. And he doesn't quite look like Ewan McGregor's uncle yet. And now, it's canonical that Wedge Antilles takes a piss at a urinal and doesn't take off his gloves. And that's information that I don't necessarily know what to do with. We also saw a bunch of people with the same sort of implants that Lobot has in Empire Strikes Back. One, those things kind of horrifying. I think we saw them actually in this show early on with the Rhodian, whose name I cannot remember, that he had something similar. But yeah, those implants have always been sort of horrifying as soon as you know more about them. The trade-off of personality for productivity is kind of blech. As long as you're productive, who cares about the actual person behind it? But that main controller looked so weird to me. Maybe it's the fact that he had glasses, which is so uncommon in Star Wars. Like, there's a couple design rules that are generally applied to Star Wars. Like, there's no glasses, there's no buttons to make it feel of a more ancient time. And that guy just looked like a self-insert character, so like the most extreme. Like, I can almost guarantee you that guy's appearance, though, is based off someone at Lucasfilm. Whether it be like someone who actually works in the animation department or like is someone's family member or friend, it's definitely based on someone like modern. Because he stands out so much from everyone else in that control room. But they are all super dead. Because whenever Hera was rerouting power, I was like, maybe it'll just short circuit all their computers. But also, they have computers in their heads. Won't that fuck them over? And it turned out it didn't matter because it blew up an entire fucking ship. But also, their eyes going white as they were electrocuted to death is slightly horrifying, considering the rest of the episode was banter between droids and a musical number of a droid floating in space surrounded by weird purple fish. Seriously though, who has the highest body count at this point? Like, who has blown up the most spaceships? Because I think that's where most of your massive amount of kills is going to come from, because we really haven't seen Hera like murder anyone one-on-one. Is it still Chopper? Why do I feel like the highest body count of the Ghost Crew is still Chopper? I don't even know if he's killed that many people, where he just feels like he's murdery. Maybe it's because he takes glee in it that it feels like he has a more significant body count. I was told that there's actually like a kill count for Star Wars, or at the very least Chopper. So maybe when I'm done with the show, I can actually look at that and see just how many bodies he's left in the ground. But that was my reaction to Season 3, Episode 19 of Star Wars Rebels Double Agent Droid. If you like this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making more of these. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.